Right, stop what you're doing and look at this. This is a new game that is in development in South Korea right now. It is real. You will be able to play this next year by the looks of it. Cool, isn't it? I am a mega fan of fantasy open world stuff. There have been multiple boss fights released onto YouTube in the last few days trying to hype this game up. And Crimson Desert has wowed everyone because of how amazing it looks in the trailers. It's basically every single fantasy game that exists, combined times 10. With an absolutely gigantic open world, awesome combat, and incredibly dynamic gameplay, Crimson Desert looks like it's going to be an absolute beast of a game. Like and subscribe, and I'm just going to talk about how awesome this looks. Are you looking at this going, nah, I'm more of a Dragon's Dogma kind of player? Well, there you go, have a man climbing up a big monster. Oh no, I'm more into Assassin's Creed actually. No, that looks boring. Boom! You can climb up buildings like Ezio. Oh, I like The Witcher actually. Have a big fat wide angling boss fights and a big brooding miserable guy with a big sword. The game is a hybrid of so many games. It's not one game really, it's all the games, mate. It's the most ambitious game I've ever seen in my life next to Worms. This is your main character, Kliff. He is big, scary, can glide with this ghost crow power thing. He can play the flute, ride horses, and fight monsters. The videos of the boss fights look so gritty and impactful, with awesome music blasting over it. But the most important thing about this man, he is Scottish.
Devil of the reed fields, I have come to claim your head.
Finally, after years of gaming, I finally have a main playable character with a big fat Scottish accent like me. A big mean Scottish dude with blue war paint clotheslining people. Take my money now. I'm super impressed with how much is happening on screen at any time. The lighting looks incredible, but in this fight with the Reed Devil that they released the other day, the fight takes place in a field, and in the fight all the grains are getting cut up as the fight goes on and they're getting blown around by the wind on the screen. In the fight with the Yeti snow monster thing, the snow that is blowing around in a blizzard is so awesome, and the gameplay looks smooth as can be. And remember, YouTube compresses gameplay, so when you play this on a big powerful console or PC, it will look even better. The combat has a real oomph to it. The sound effects are so heavy. On most games and boss fights, you're getting knocked across the arena and this thing you fight is an immovable object. Here, I'm getting the vibe that you, the player, will feel just as strong and powerful as the bosses will. The boss fights start with them squaring up to you thinking it's going to be an easy fight and then instantly getting hit with a bit of resistance and being knocked back down. Deed. This playable character feels as powerful as the bosses do. That fight with the Staglord they showed off, he is a bigger and heavier dude than you, but he gets absolutely humiliated in the end. You're grabbing the bosses and throwing them, booting them back a few feet just as much as they do to you. It feels like you're a boss fight character to them. It feels like a fight, a proper scrap, evenly matched. The only time I've ever experienced that in a game was the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction back on the PS2 in 2005, right? In the Reed Devil boss, he wins the fight by punching the guy's face in and forcing him to run away. He doesn't talk that much either in the fights. The bosses do all the talking. Mate, you're a big evil English dude with a big mental Scottish guy with blue war paint rocking up to you and your house and you think you're coming out alive? Have you seen Braveheart? But everything just looks right about Crimson Desert. Like, it looks like a brilliant time. It's aiming to release next summer, I believe, and it already looks this good. Like, you're not just slashing a sword at someone, you're doing full-on wrestling moves on people. This looks next level, super dynamic, and each boss fight they've released looks incredible. But the gameplay trailer from last year, all the shots where you can see this vast open world, there's one shot where you see our big Scottish legend jumping off a horse and gliding across this mountain landscape with a lake at the bottom. It looks stunning. I can't wait. I love when he pulls the bow and arrow out in the middle of the Whitehorn boss fight and hits it with explosive arrows out of nowhere. He hauls it out super quick and then straight back to sword and shield in an instant. The dodging looks great. He's blocking the Whitehorn attacks with his shield, and the sound of it bouncing off the metal of the shield is super satisfying. They've been working on this game for a really long time, and originally it was going to be an MMO, a multiplayer game, but they changed it to a huge single player game instead. Like, this game could potentially be the best looking game ever. See that trailer from last year? People honestly didn't believe it's real. They still don't. Totally jaw-dropped by the graphics. It's awesome to watch some of the reactions to it. It's insane. This is a great time to be a fan of fantasy games. Swords and shields kind of stuff, right? I mean, we had Dragon's Dogma 2 earlier this year, which I just started replaying the other day. It's so fun. I'm having a blast with it again. Then we have the new Dragon Age game coming out on Halloween. I made a video last month kind of half disappointed with the reveal trailer, but honestly, the full gameplay thing they showed after and last week's release date trailer looks pretty promising actually. I'm quite, not saying it's going to be a 10 out of 10, right? But I'm going away for 2 months on an acting job right after Dragon Age comes out. So I've got my Steam Deck ready and Veilguard is coming with me as my holiday game. So hopefully it's good. But I also think that this is a promising sign for gaming in general. All over the world, new games are appearing that are rivaling, or if not better, than the US ones. You've got Black Myth Wukong out just now, a Crimson Desert on the way, but also Larian, who made Baldur's Gate 3, pummeled every game ever last year, a game company from Belgium. My favourite game this year is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth from Japan. Next year you have Crimson Desert. Before that, we're getting Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, being developed by a Czech Republic company. And of course, you have all the big US ones, but I think this is good because they're all going to push each other, and this will hopefully result in loads of awesome games like Crimson Desert. What do you think of Crimson Desert? Are you memorising your work's phone number to get ready for that sick day when it releases? You better! Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more gaming videos from me in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheerio!